Morning, Bones.
Morning, Padre. So, got anything on the shutdown?
Well, here we are at day 13 of the U.S. government shutdown. And although there's not a lot of news coming out, there are a lot of things coming out about it. While the shutdown is taking place, of course, our President Donald Trump remains working, not only worldwide, but in the United States to try to keep things flowing. Uh, we talked about, the Palestinian-Israel deal, release of the hostages. He's working during the shutdown. But then let's look at what's going on about the shutdown. President Trump has ensured that our military will be paid during this shutdown. He found the funding, and military families will be getting their paychecks on October 15th. He's taking care of the people that take care of us. Other things going on with the shutdown are very interesting. Again, your Republican Party has put offers on the table saying we've got a plan to keep the government running while we figure this issue out. Democrats aren't having it. I saw an interview, one of the Democratic leaders stating, we're not coming back to the table. He's trying to gut health care for senior citizens, women and children, disabled. And when confronted about what these cuts are, he didn't have an answer.
Well,
And
doesn't it reflect back on the big beautiful bill that was already passed? All those issues were resolved.
well, exactly. And that's the thing. There are no new cuts as part of this budget. It will remain in effect as it was voted on in the big, beautiful bill. And when this person was confronted about this, he hawed around and said, well, we didn't agree to it. He said, well, you voted on it. It passed. And now you want to turn
Oh.
around and shut down the government over an issue that's already been voted on because you're not happy with the result?
Oh, sorry for laughing at something that is pretty serious, but it is kind of comical
Well,
in
it
my
is.
mind.
It is because this whole thing is a farce, and it is the Schumer shutdown. Chuck Schumer, in all his glory and wisdom, made the statement: the longer the shutdown goes on, the better it is for the Democrats. Well, I don't think that's happening, Chucky. Uh,
Right. Right.
while the government is shut down, you've got several Democrats jumping ship and jumping on the Trump train. Just ask your buddy Gavin Newsom. He's furious.
Yep.
And during the shutdown, while the Democrats are sitting on their thumbs, trying to be like a kid in the store that's not getting their candy bar, throwing tantrums, the Republicans are busy at work shutting down
Yes,
all of
they
your
are.
bullshit programs that were a waste of
Yes,
the taxpayer dollars.
Vice President Vance has been taking care of business here in that manner, while the president's been overseas settling, making peace deals. You know,
Exactly.
so each one has each other's back as far as our administration goes, and
Well,
continue to work.
and as we've talked, fulfilling their oath of office, they work for the people. They're here taking care of business. And I got news for you, little Chucky Schumer. This is not benefiting you. You are quickly sinking any respect anybody had for your party, your politics, your 80% of the American people are against, and this is including your Democratic voters, are against funding health care for illegal immigrants. And yet, this is the big thorn in your side. Well, sorry, man, it's not going to happen. And you can keep the government shut down all you want, because what you're doing is you're losing constituents, you're losing followers, you're losing people out of your party, and all of your programs. President Trump made no bones about it. The programs I am cutting are Democratic programs. These were programs created by the Democrats that were wasteful spending to the U.S. taxpayer. As of last night, I know that the number was around 4,000 people had already been laid off from these programs. I don't think you're going to get much support from those people as they lose their jobs, their livelihood, and their income. And I feel for those people, because it's not their fault. It's your fault. Get off your butts. Fulfill the oath of office that you had committed to, and start taking care of the American people and doing your job. Your job is not to shut down the government.
Right. You know, if the effort, it's like in a lot of things. So if the effort or the negative that's going on was put into a positive resolution, imagine where we could be.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. But like a 3-year-old that's not getting candy at the store, they're going to cross their arms, poke out their lower lip, and sit there and pout and cry and act like they are the ones that are the victims here. The U.S. public are the victims. And the Republican Party is still hard at work trying to take care of those people and fulfill their oath of office. Did you forget what you said during that oath, Chuck Schumer? And in the meantime,
I think they took a coffee break.
exactly. And in the meantime, let's take a look at what's going on with your great Democratic leaders. Letitia James has been indicted for fraud because she wanted to skip the rules. She claimed that a house that she had purchased was her primary residence, and it wasn't. There's an investigation. She's being indicted. Now you turn around and our favorite little tantrum thrower, J.D. Pritzker of Illinois, is also about ready to be indicted for fraud. This man, in all his brilliance, and he's already posted a rebuttal claiming, oh, I did everything by the rules. Well, let's take a look at it, Mr. Pritzker. You buy a $6 million mansion, and instead of paying taxes on that property that's remained vacant since you bought it, you had all of the toilets removed and had it declared uninhabitable, and saved yourself $280,000 in taxes on that property. Gee, you're a real upstanding dude. You're going to be convicted. You got Adam Schiff. They're looking at him for criminal charges. Gee, what's going on with your party? Are you being caught in your little scams? Are they being discovered? I'm guessing that's exactly what's happening. While you're sitting on your butt, shutting down the government, throwing a tantrum, Republicans are hard at work, and they're uncovering your devious doings.
Yeah, you know, if you're gonna do a crime, make sure you can do the time, you know, because that's generally how it goes when you get caught.
Exactly. And I'm hoping that we're not just going through the rhetoric of, yeah, they've done this and nothing being done. Let's start taking some action on this. I want to start seeing some convictions. I want to start seeing these people pay for what they do. I guarantee you, if that were you or I, Bones,
Oh,
there'd be no getting around it.
no, I can speak from personal experience. I know where breaking the law gets you. I've been there. I don't want to go back.
Exactly. Um, I just think the exposure that is coming out, and and yet the Democratic Party plays it off saying Trump is targeting those that are going against him. I would say those that are not fulfilling their oath of office and committing crimes are putting the target on their own back.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
And it's being discovered. You're being found out, and the public is going to know about it. Uh, excuse me. You don't see a lot of this in your media coverage. And again, we've talked about that. Who owns the media? But it's
Yep.
happening, folks, and it's being exposed. And hopefully the ship gets righted here before too long. As Bones said, if they would get on board and actually fulfill their oath of office and do the job they're supposed to do and look out for the American people, we wouldn't be in this situation. So from Padre Bones and
No,
Havoc, this has got to stop. People, get rid of these politicians that are against the American people.
exactly. Find the positive in the situation. Let's get this thing turned around to the right side of things and carry on as we should be.